Welcome back to the Switch Sports Golf Ranked League. We're taking a quick break from the World Cup while the other teams, or the other pools, finish up their pool play. We'll be back at that shortly, but we don't want to forget about the upcoming tournament that we have to keep on grinding for. The Ranked League determines who makes it to the round of 16 with a bye in the upcoming World Open. So when this season ends at the new year, the top 16 players get a bye to the round of 32 in the 2026 World Open, which is a completely open tournament. Anybody and everybody can sign up. You can join this server, or join the Discord server that's in the description, and join in on the Rank League and everything, but you can also sign up for this open tournament. There are no qualifiers. Everybody is in. It is random draws, and we just eliminate half the field every single round. There will probably be hundreds of players, so making it to the round of 32 with a bye would be absolutely huge. We're going to try our best to keep on good track for that. We're starting here with an interesting hole 3. Perhaps an opportunity to reach the green in 2 if we can hit this nice little draw underneath the tree. That looks decent. Oh, it'll get caught up in the tree. That's a problem. Oh man, okay. So we're playing also with the current #1 and the defending champion. Riccatoni is the current #1 in the league. Duke07, who is here, is the defending champion of last ranked season's post-season tournament. I got my work cut out for me after missing that one. We've seen a couple chip-ins for Eagle. Let's see if we can at least give this a good run. Put this up there close. Unfortunately, that miss is going to cause me to not have much of a chance at the Eagle. We'll see a whole bunch from Sedin, Duke, Rick, CBTV. I'll be working from behind here after clipping that tree. You know, that's kind of a hit-or-miss strategy. It makes it a real easy Eagle. You can put it up real close to the green, even have a chance at the Albatross. Or, if it just isn't low enough, it clips the tree, and it kind of forces you to make that birdie. I'll drop back a shot here. We have 5 people make that Eagle. That's not an easy one, necessarily, but 5 of the 8 make it. This is a very, very talented lobby. We've got a tough-looking seed. 17 is our second hole, with 24-mile-an-hour winds kind of in the face, also pushing right. Let's see if we can put this on the green, maybe. If I aim this out to the right a little bit, it maybe has a chance. I'm aiming left, but I want this to end up right at the pin, and it has a good chance of bouncing up there, maybe, if we give it a good angle. Okay, let's see. That'll hit the rough first and launch just a little bit, not a ton. And now I have a decision to make. Do I want to try to putt this? Or do I chip it through the wind? Okay, it looks like everybody's short here. We'll see a chip in from Zohan, a nice one there, who I believe he made the last one too. I'm just a little too far back to have confidence in the putt. So let's try the chip to about there. Hit it with roughly pin-high power. Slightly less, actually. Let's see if that works. Okay, it's going to roll out and sink just inside the right edge. A near miss, but it falls for the birdie. We'll see a couple other nice birdies as well. Duke, the defending champion, chips in. Mine barely sneaks in. Sedin, who made the first one, will have to tap in for the par. So I'll be one of 4 birdies there. Zohan actually did not make the first one, but he'll birdie that. He'll join the group in 3rd place at 2 under. We're chasing CBTV and Duke in the lead at 3 under. We'll move on to hole 15 here. That looks like some pretty lightish moderate wind. Actually, kind of moderate wind. And that front right pin. Interesting setup here. Let's aim this to about there. I want to leave this kind of on the short side. Let the wind push it left a bit. Hopefully just catch that little right notch of the fairway. That looks like it's heading in that direction nicely. Hopefully it holds it. And it will. That'll be a great leave. We'll take away some of the crosswind, and that should give me a pretty good angle of approach at this pin. Let's aim this one out to about there, I want to say. We'll bounce this up there in the direction of the pin. About 3.5 dots of power should be good, maybe slightly less, actually. And let's see if we can at least put this close.
Nice shot.
Okay, that feels like a good shot. It's heading in a great direction. It will... Oh, lip launch. I lip it, lose all the spin, and I end up 17 feet away towards the back of the green. Oh, that was so close to being absolutely perfect, and now I'm in a bit of a predicament here with a kind of a side hill, downhill putt. Let's see if I can make this. It's going to move a good amount left, and it's not going to move very fast either. So let's see if we can tap that down there. Save the birdie. I will. Okay. So it'll be birdies all around there. No eagles, no pars. Everybody stays put on the leaderboard. We're still chasing CBTV and Duke at 4 under through 3. We'll play hole 8 now. So a tough start to this seed. Hole 3 gave me some trouble. 17 is always tough, but we sneak the birdie. Now we have another tough one with hole 8 here. I think I'll want to keep the 5-iron in hand. Aim it just a touch out to the left, right about there, with about 3.4 or so dots of power on this 5-iron. Let's give it a chance. Okay, that's maybe slightly short, but I think that's going to end up okay. It'll take a big bounce, roll back down that hill. It'll miss on the right side, and it'll be a little tougher side hilly uphill putt, but that's typically always the case on this hole 8. You can just aim this out to the left a little bit, hit it up there with about a dot of power, and it should fall inside the left edge. There we go, perfect shot there. Oh, Sedin hits the flag. And in a similar way to last hole, in my situation, when you hit the flag or the lip, it takes away all the spin, and a great shot turns into a shot that's going to be a tough little double breaking putt. So that's unfortunate there for Sedin. Duke ends up a little short of it with the spin. I saw that he nearly made it, missed it about 1 cup width outside the left edge and rolled back down to there. Rick has a more straightforward single breaking side hill putt. He'll send it on its way and sink it. Sedin will make the putt, as will Duke. Great putts there from all around the hole from that group of great players. So birdies all around once again. That is never a given on hole 8, but everybody handles that one pretty well. And once again, no change on the leaderboard through that hole. We got hole 1 here, followed by 14. We've got a special hole 19 coming up, and then 8, and then 4. So a couple opportunities. This hole 1 doesn't look like one of them with this tougher wind. 11 miles an hour in the face. Not an easy setup on hole 1. I have to adjust it out to the middle a little bit, which throws off the second shot just slightly. It's going to be more of a guess than a technical play. We'll have to club up to the 7 with this wind. We're 120 or so yards out. But I mean, we can always give it a chance. Let's aim this one to roughly there. We'll hit the 7-iron with about that much power. Send it up there and see if we can maybe steal an eagle or at least make it a pretty straightforward birdie. That's going to fly a little too far. We'll end up missing the pin on the right side. So the downhill aspect of that definitely outweighed the wind in the face. I miss it 20 feet long, despite kind of aiming for the front-ish part of the green. So hole 1, always a bit confusing in terms of what you have to do for power. It's a little tricky in that way. But we'll send that putt up there for the birdie, no problem. It looks like there'll be a couple of close misses. That was Rick with a very nice one. But it looks like birdies all around. Yeah, Sedin will sink the birdie. The current #1 player, Rick, will tap in the birdie as well. And birdies all around for the 3rd hole in a row. There will be no change on the leaderboard. We've got an interesting final 4 holes coming up, though. Anything can happen in these final 4, especially with the lineup that we have. We've got plenty of players capable of holing out shots. We've got a couple of holes where that type of thing can happen with 14, 18, and 4 coming up. 19 can be difficult. Let's see what happens in the final stretch of this ranked game. I'm going to aim this one a touch out to the right of that little tree gap. The wind should push it left. Let's send it up there with a little less than the bottom of that yellow dot of power. That looks pretty good.
Nice shot.
Okay, I think that's a pretty good shot. That should move left just a touch, carry that first tree, go underneath that second tree, and that'll be a nice drive. No issues there through the trees on 14. There'll be a little group of us in the same exact spot for this next approach shot. I'm going to want to club up to the 3-iron. We'll aim it to about there. And let's hit this with some spin and see if we can put it up there nicely. We'll call it like 3.3 or so dots of power. This may spin back, it may not. Let's see. Oh, that's short, and that's going to be trouble. That's not going to carry the bunker. Oh, man. That is not a spot where you want to short that backspin shot, and that's exactly what I do there. Okay. We got a tough one to try to save here. I made a tough chip on 17. This one doesn't have as much wind involved, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it's any easier. Let's see if we can bounce this up there and save the eagle, as you sometimes have to do when you short a shot on hole 14. Let's try that, see if it works. That should kick left. Oh, and I'll lip it out. Tough situation there, not a spot where you want to leave that short. I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble in the rankings for this game. Okay, we'll tap in the birdie. It looks like we'll see a couple others as well. So only 2 birdies. Me and Zohan will drop back with Newman at 5 or 6 under through 6. We're chasing here. We got 3 holes to play, a couple players ahead of us. Let's see if we can make up at least one shot. We got 19, 18, and 4 to try to make it happen. This hole 19 doesn't look very easy. We've got some wind pushing. Actually, it's not too bad. Wind pushing in that direction is kind of totally fine. We just want to put this way out over the water. You can carry the water no problem with the driver here. We'll have a good looking approach shot from the far part of this little double fairway. What do we have to do to try to make this? That might be what we have to start going for here. Let's aim it to about there. Hit it with roughly that much power. I'm going to call it like the pinnacle of the green, where that little mound reaches its peak is where I want to aim the power for. See if we can glide it down from there. Let's try it out. Okay, that looks... oh, not great. That's going to bite and roll back just a little bit. That didn't fly nearly as high as I thought it might. And now I've got a tough little putt. This has been a tough round for me. I'm going to have to sink this one to stay within shouting distance. It's going to roll kind of straight at the start and then move left at the end. Let's try this out. It's kind of a tricky one. Downhill, about 1.5 dots should be good. That should move left, and I'll sink a nice little tough putt there after that iffy approach shot. So birdies from everyone except for Duke. We'll kind of keep the leaderboard as is. CBTV will take the lead with 2 holes to play at 9 under. I'm chasing Sedin, Duke, and Rick. 2 top 3 players. The current number 1, Sedin, I believe, is currently at number 3, and then Duke, as the defending champ, are the players ahead of me. They're going to be tough to catch. CBTV is playing a great game as well. Let's see if we can pull some magic here on some of the top players in the world.
Nice shot.
I think I kind of have to albatross this to have a chance. So let's give it the best chance we can. I think I can use the 5-iron and hit this up there. It's the little pin spot on top of the mound, or on top of this target-shaped green. I'll want to aim this to roughly there, I'm going to say. I'll actually hit the 3-iron with a little more than 3 dots and try to roll it up there that way. Let's see if that works. That feels like a good shot. It's on a good line. If that bounces lightly... oh, it'll just miss on the right side. Somebody missed it a lot more closely. Somebody said, great approach. Anyway, we'll see a couple tap-ins there. There's a birdie from Tom. CB has a putt from the bottom there that's going to break mysteriously left off that fringe and miss on the left side. That's a tough break there. Here's a shot from Rick that's looking real promising. It's going to take a bounce and end up just a touch short. It hits that upslope on the second bounce, which kind of takes away its momentum. So Rick will tap in the eagle from just a couple feet. A nice approach there, but no albatrosses despite some close calls. So with CB making that birdie, there's 1 hole to play. I am now 1 shot back of this 4-way tie for first. Let's see if we can pull some magic on hole 9 or if we end up with a 5th place finish. Okay, it all comes down to this. Hole 4, front middle pin, some moderate looking wind. 2 miles an hour actually, not bad at all with the wind. 2-mile-an-hour winds. I think we just have to aim straight at this and hit it with about that much power. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna kick to the right. Oh, and I hit the fringe. If that hit the green, I think that was on a good line. I leave it a touch short. We're probably gonna see some aces here. There's a good looking one that'll sink for... I didn't even see it. My replay got in the way, despite it not being a great shot. Newman, who is tied with me. I believe, may join the leaders here, unless one of them can pull off a nice ace here.
Nice birdie.
We'll see some birdies from Zohan, Sadine, Major Tom, I believe, ended up off the back of the green. There's a miss from CB on the left side, who's in the lead. Duke and Rick are still on the tee. Duke's shot is on the way. It is going to hit the green. Oh, and smack the pin. Rick's shot is coming back. It's going to just miss on the left side. Oh my goodness, what a finish to this round. Duke smacks the pin, ends up about 10 feet away with not too bad of a putt. Rick ends up spinning back, but just missing. He's about 6 feet short. Duke will sink the birdie. Rick's putt is on the way. He will, oh my goodness, get a little micro putt. One of the tough things in this game is that little putt that corrects its power. When you think you're aimed right and you think you're hitting it uphill, the game corrects it kind of against you, and Rick will have to sink the par. My goodness, it's tied at the top. Newman joins the group in first place. Sadine, CBTV, Newman, and Duke are tied at 11 under. I'm just one shot back with Zohan and Rick at 10 under. What an intense game. What a hard-fought game. 7 players within 1 stroke of each other. I made a couple mistakes here and there, a couple misses that I felt like I could have made. We'll see if we can make up for it in the next one. I'll make this a 2-game video. We've got a 4-way tie, and they'll play the chooser system that we have here. So it's kind of an acronym, which roughly means if anyone makes this shot, and they're the only person to make this shot, they must hole it out. That's the game. They are the winner. Everybody else ties for second. If nobody makes this shot, then we move on to the next game with a playoff. If 2 people make this shot, oh, is that going to roll back down? Wow. Duke nearly just pulled the most Duke move of all time. Somebody's gonna do something so similar. Oh my goodness. What a wild 2 shots there from Duke. And I couldn't exactly see who else had that one. Sadine will miss it just on the right side. So because nobody made it, we'll move on to the next game to decide that one. So the ELO and ranking implications are gonna have to wait. We'll play the next one out. I'll finish in 5th there. A tie for 5th isn't going to hurt me too bad with where I currently am and with the strength of this lobby. If I can win the next one, it'll put me in a fantastic spot though. I mean, I played a pretty good round, 10 under with no pars or anything like that, just a couple misses that I feel like I could have made. We're back with game 2 and I believe the exact same lobby here. We're just running it back. We've got a 4-way playoff for first place of last game. I finished 5th, 1 shot back, tied with 2 others. So an extremely, extremely packed, close game the first time around. I'll see if I can exact my revenge. I had a couple of shots that I'd like back. The chip, or the fairway shot on 14 that I left in the bunker, definitely one of them. Also feel like I kind of knew what I had to do for the ace on the final hole and left that one a little short as well. So we'll see if we can fix those shorted iron shots, which is something that I tend to do. Usually when I've been playing for a little bit, it kind of goes away, but it's my second game. That was my second game of the session. And I had a couple that I kind of wanted back. Let's see if we can make up for it here.
Nice shot.
We've got a chance here to roll this one up nicely. It's just 2-mile-an-hour winds. That front pin, that's extremely accessible. Let's see if we can just roll this up there and try to make this eagle. I think I'll adjust this just like a touch to the right, if anything, and hit it with some pin high power. Hopefully that works. It's going to be like 1.1 or so dots. Rick makes it. Nice shot there from Rick. Mine's on its way. It's looking quite good. I'll sink it. Tom will sink it. 2 will just miss on the right side. Another will sink. A whole bunch. Wow. I think we saw 4 eagles and 3 near misses there. Is anyone else in the fairway? Oh, Duke is still on the tee. Okay, Duke's back. I hope he has enough time to hit some good shots here. Hit the shots that we know he can hit. Oh no. He ends up in the rough. I don't think that's the shot that he wanted. He probably has like no time left, and that is extremely unfortunate. Okay, his shot's on the way. It's got some spin. It'll roll back and lip out. That is unfortunate there for Duke, who must have had like no time left. And he'll have to tap in the birdie. Oh wow. So in last game's playoff, there were 4 players. All of them birdied that one, so no one made the eagle, but everyone else did. So we'll move on to hole 13. Last game's playoff is still 100% intact, despite them being tied for 4th place each. That's kind of a wild situation there. Let's see if we can take advantage of this 0 wind situation here on hole 13. We'll club up to the spoon, hit it with about that much power, and let's see if we can steal an ace here. That looks okay. Let's see if that kicks in the proper direction. It'll move left and sink for the hole-in-one with the spoon on that 0 wind hole 13. There's a very near miss there. And another one. Wow, 2 that are right on it. There's another very close approach. So we've seen everybody within like 2 feet, but I'm the only ace so far. Here's one on the way that'll be the exact same type of thing. Wow, CBTV with an extremely close approach. Let's see if Duke can pull off the ace and take the victory from last game. His shot is going to take a big bounce that may have clipped the fringe or a weird part of the front of the green, and he'll end up a couple feet short. Oh no. What happened there was CBTV, a bogey from like 2 feet. That must have been a major glitch in the game. That is weird. Other than that, I'm off to a good start for exacting my revenge. I'll take the solo lead here through 2 with 2 eagles, 2 holeouts for eagles. We'll move on to 19. We've got 17 on the seed again. 9 is often a tougher one, as well as 20. So these seeds have been difficult. It's going to be tough to hold on to my lead here. I'm going to have to play super well. This is not an easy setup. Wind, it's lighter wind, but it's in a tougher direction, and this is not an easier pin location on this hole. Let's try to hit a good shot up there. Hopefully leave ourselves the possibility of an iron approach that should bounce hopefully up to the end of the fairway and not into the rough. That's absolutely perfect. I couldn't ask for a whole lot better there. Let's see if we can hit a good shot up there. Okay, the 3-iron I believe can carry to where I need it to, I think. Hopefully the spin doesn't catch super hard. Or do I want to roll it up there? This one's so touchy, I don't exactly know what I need to do. Let's use our best guess. My best judgment says, let's roll it up there. Off the hill, bounce it pretty high, leave it a little long and right. That should be a good leave. Let's see if we can make that happen. Okay.
Nice shot.
My shot's on its way. It looks like it's going to take that bounce off of the fairway. Oh, and it kind of takes a weird low bounce and rolls a long way. I was hoping that would not roll nearly that far, and it rolls almost all the way off the back. Fortunately, I'm still on the green, but I've got a tough little putt here. Let's see if we can pull this off, make the birdie, and move on. It's not an easy one, though. It's going to move left the whole way. I think I like this alignment. Rick has chipped in. Oh, for the birdie. From off the back of the green, it looks like. Okay, let's see if I can sink this. That looks good. I'll make the birdie right in the middle, no problem, despite the tougher putt. And we'll see birdies from everybody except for Zohan. So it's now just Major Tom and Rick chasing me one shot back. I'm 5 under through 3 after 2 nice holeouts in the early going and a nice birdie on that tougher hole. We'll move on to 17 once again. It looks like we have some tailwind this time around. Let's see how strong it is. 26 miles an hour. This is one of those situations. I had a very similar one in the World Cup where I said that it's one of those situations where tailwind isn't necessarily helpful all the time. It's still difficult. This is probably going to launch pretty far. Let's see if I can mitigate it and at least put it pretty close, though. Hopefully hold the green. Let's take a little bit off the spoon. Hopefully that catches somewhere in the rough and launches up nicely. Okay, it's going to launch. Now the question is it nicely? Kind of. This is exactly where I ended up in the World Cup, and I said that was pretty okay. It was a different pin that time around, though. I ended up slightly closer because it was the back right pin and not the middle right pin. Newman will make the chip through the wind. Very nice there. The shark avatar on the right side of my screen. Oh, someone just misses it. There's a couple just misses from various parts, from chipping, from putting. This is not an easy one. If I can sink this putt as well, it would put me in a fantastic spot in this game. Let's aim it to there. That feels pretty good. We'll hit it with a little over 3 dots of power. Right about there. That looks good. It is good. I'll sink the birdie from a long way away, 40 plus feet. There's a nice chip from Rick. Oh, and another nice chip that just misses. So there'll be a couple tap-in pars that may be a birdie putt from Sedin that's going to sink, and that's a nice one. So it's now just Rick, one shot back. I've done a good job of holding on to this lead. It's not been easy. I've had hole outs on the easier holes and nice birdies on the two tougher ones. We'll move on to hole 1. So a more straightforward hole, but oftentimes it's very wind dependent on whether it's a makeable eagle, and this is not too bad. This one's a pretty straightforward one. Actually, I take that back. It's 6 miles an hour, it's diagonal. It's a bit of a guess for me, but let's see if we can make it happen. Let's aim this to there, just a touch less than what I typically do because we're hitting a shorter shot. I'll hit it with 2.8 or so dots of power, we'll call it, and see if that works. Okay, and it's not the best start. It's still a little too hard, despite being shorter than I was comfortable with, but it's not a bad approach. I'll tap this up there for the birdie. And let's see if anybody can sink the eagle and put some pressure on me. Rick can tie me with a make here. There's a good looking shot that'll just miss on the right side, one on the left side. Rick's shot is on the way. It will just miss on the right side. We saw a couple near misses. Okay, so birdies almost all around. I will be at 7 under through 5. Rick is 1 shot back at 6 under. There's a whole group 2 shots back at 5 under. Okay, we've got a tougher looking hole 9. The difficulty sort of continues here. It's not too bad, though. It's just 9 miles an hour, but it is that tough kind of back right pin, or back left pin. Let's aim this to about there. Put it in, hopefully, the ideal spot, and see if we have a chance to go off to the right here. Is it the right play? So I could aim this out over the water, hit a full driver, and end up way to the right. I may just be a little bit too far back, though. I'm a little uncomfortably far back. And it wouldn't be the easiest chip up and over. I think I'm just going to go down to that short fairway. It seems like the less risky play. It'll put me in more of a predictable spot. So even though it's very similar to a strategy that I did, or a spot where I used the strategy in the World Cup to put it all the way off to the right, and then chip it up and over the mound. It's just a little uncomfortable with that wind and that direction. Duke went for it. He had that type of shot. I'm going to have a decent look here at this pin from the short fairway. Let's aim it to there. I'll hit it with a little over 3 dots of power. And hopefully this bounces up there nicely. Oh, that's overpowered. Oh, hopefully that's okay. That's not going to be okay. Oh, don't end up in the bunker. It won't. It'll actually zip all the way back, and it's not going to be an easy putt, but I am on the green despite that mistake. So in the last game, I had a couple of mistakes where I underpowered shots. There I overpower one. So it hasn't been the best in terms of hitting the right power. And now we have a tricky little putt here, but I think I know what I need to do. Let's see if we can make it happen. Hit it with about a dot of power through that side hill, trickle it to the right, and sink it for the birdie. So it'll be birdies for almost everybody there. 3 holes left to play. I'll still have that 1-shot lead over Rick. Sedin and Major Tom are 2 shots back. We've got 20, 14, and 11 to play. Some of those holes where anything can happen. Hole outs are very possible. Pars on holes like this are also very possible. I'm going to have to be very careful. That's a very tough pin spot too, that back right one. I'm going to have to be very careful to try to put this one close and make the birdie.
Nice shot.
Let's aim it to there. That should sneak right of the tree, and it's not too bad of an approach from this angle. I'll just have to get the power right. I don't want to use spin with the wind in the face and the back pin. Hopefully we can just put this somewhere on the back part of the green. The right and short is the preferred leave. Let's see if we can make that happen. I'm going to aim it slightly left because the wind looks like it's pushing slightly right, and the bounce is going to go a little to the right as well. So let's keep both those things in mind. Hit it with about that much power. See if we can put this somewhere close.
Nice shot.
Okay, I think I like that shot. Oh, make it over the bunker. It won't. Oh man, I was inches from making it. And that wind took all the power away from it. Wow, I was aiming almost pin high. It's uphill, that's for sure. Now I'll have to try to chip this in. Let's see if we can sneak a miraculous birdie here from short. Okay, my shot's on its way. It's looking decent, and it'll lip out, and it almost like slingshots. Like it was barely moving when it hit the lip. But that takes all the spin off of it, or I don't exactly know what. It rolls down the hill. I'll have to tap this up there for the par. All right. Ended up with a pretty straightforward leave. Not a bad par. So I'll now be tied with Rick after barely clipping the bunker and barely missing the chip. 2 barrelies equals a par. I'm now tied for first. Rick has made the comeback. We've got 14 and 11 to play to see if I can clutch up and finish this round strong. We've got 15-mile-an-hour winds kind of in the face. A tough setup here. Let's send this one left of the trees safely. Aim it to about there. Hit it full power, and that should carry all the trouble, no problem. We'll probably clip the fairway, which will give it a nice bounce and end up nicely on the left. It's not an easy approach to this pin that's guarded by the bunker. It's the right pin, but the wind will help it get over there. It's right and short, which is a little weird. Let's see if we can pull it off, though. Let's aim it to about there. Let the wind push it. We'll call it about 3.2, 3.3 dots of power. I don't exactly know if this is going to be close, but let's give it a chance.
Nice shot.
Okay, that's the shot I wanted. That should bounce up and over the bunker. Oh, make it there. Oh, it's not going to make it. A little bit short. We saw some tough approaches there. There's a make from somebody off the green. Zohan chips it in. You know, my approach actually isn't too bad here. I've got wind that's not pushing super strongly. I've got a relatively flat landing zone here. Tom will make the eagle. I think I can just roll this up there with about this aim. It should move slightly to the right in the air, kind of roll back left, lightly. Let's try that out, see if it works, and see if we can sink this eagle here from off the green. Okay, roll just a little left. Oh, another lip out. Oh man, the lip outs in these games have not been very nice. It just doesn't want to sneak inside the right edge. You know, I thought it might roll a little more to the left. It kind of took the wind a little bit and bounced pretty straight. So Rick has an eagle putt here, I believe, to take the lead. And he'll sink it. A nice one there for Rick, the current #1 player, to take the overall lead with 1 hole to play. So like I said, it's a tough hole 14. A lot of players do really well on it though. So I'll now be tied for second with Sedin and Major Tom, chasing Rick by 1, who's at 10 under through 8. We'll finish here on hole 11, and that's not a very nice pin. That's not one that you can really make. This is one of those pins where even if you put it nice and close, it just lips out every single time. Oh, this is a tough one to try to make up a shot on. We're going to have to try our best to make it happen, though. Let's see what we have to do. Oh, Tom made it off a flag shot. That is incredible. From right next to me, as soon as I said that it's not an easy one to make, he makes a flag shot hole-in-one. What a shot there for Tom. CBTV has a flag shot as well, but was that for a birdie? I think so. All right. Zohan makes the hole-in-one. Wow, everybody's treating this one like it's an easy one. It is not. This is not an easy pin. I think I'll aim that to there. I'll hit it with about that much power. Let's see if that works. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to do. It's going to move on a good-looking line. It'll sneak around the pin. It'll roll back, but not in the proper direction. There's an ace from Rick that would have sealed it anyway. Wow, what a shot. I put mine real close, but after a tough hole 20 and a tough hole 14, neither of them had very nice conditions. I'll drop 2 shots. I'll make the birdie on the last one, and that'll secure the game. I'll tie for second, which is not a bad finish at all. Oh, Tom was also tied, so I'll finish third. 12 under on that seed is pretty incredible. Tom one shot back at 11 is also very good. I'll be at 10 under with Sedin. A pretty good second game. I mean, I played okay. I was real close to making a couple shots. I had a pixel on the bunker, a pixel to lip it out, lipped it out again on the next hole, just inches from a real nice round. Wasn't meant to be today, but thank you so much for watching. Great games to everybody involved. Some well-played rounds, some difficult seeds, but that's what happens sometimes. It's a difficult game. We'll see you next time around in this ranked league.